Good evening and welcome to We Are Leeds. Tonight it's frustration as Leeds United exit the Carling Cup. Plus, Simon Grayson and Paul Connolly give their reaction to defeat to the Foxes. Will he stay or will he go? With the latest on the Honduran trialist. And you bet he can do it. See one lucky fan win cash at Ellen Road. Good evening and welcome to Wednesday's We Are Leeds. First up tonight, and Leeds United out of the Carling Cup, defeated 2-1 by Leicester at Ellen Road last night. Leeds United took the lead through David Solmer, but second half goals from Richie Wellens and a late Steve Howard penalty dumped Leeds out of the competition. Let's bring you post-match reaction from the boss Simon Grayson and Paul Connolly.
Based on what we did at the weekend, I wanted to build on it and try and keep that sort of performance going. Look, there was stages of the games where we did okay, to be fair, but we're trying to get a group together that are trying to put on a performance like Saturday on a regular basis. So we reached certain levels of that, but for 90 minutes it was not where we wanted to get to. But it was a game we could have still won quite comfortably, really.
Well, my viewers, I thought we were one of the easiest first halves was played. They come off with hardly any sweat on my brow. We were cruising, we were keeping the ball off them. We were cruising to 1-0, could have been 2-0 maybe. Coming at half time, the manager gave us firm instructions to step it up a gear because we weren't actually at our best. Step it up a gear and we'll win 2-3-0. And unfortunately we've come out, and I don't really know why, but we seem to step down a gear and give them the ascendancy, and they've come into the game, and corner after corner and free kick after free kick. We were told they were dangerous on set pieces, and they were looking dangerous, and in the end they've snatched it with a mistake at the end.
When you don't take the opportunity to score a second goal, which we did, then you're obviously aware of what the opposition can do, and it wasn't as if Leicester did anything really to sort of open us up in terms of how they scored the goal. It was a mistake in terms of, I think it was Bradley tried to bring it down on the edge of the box when he should have really cleared it, and obviously the second one, Nils come across and handballed it. So it wasn't as if there were goals that we couldn't affect, because we could have affected them, and that's just sort of the decision making that the players have got to learn from, and hopefully they will do, because they're an honest bunch of players, and they'll take on board what I've said to them, and a little bit of criticism at them, but you have to learn quickly, and you can't afford to give mistakes away to players in the Championship of a better quality than League One.
I don't think it was through lack of trying, it was just through a tiny lack of quality. In the end, a few lads were giving the ball away, me included. We were sloppy at times, and it was total contrast to Saturday.
And there was one or two other individual performances that did okay. I think every player could maybe feel that they could have done a little bit more, but it's football. You can sometimes never replicate the things that you've done in a previous game, and hence the players have got to realise that that game at the weekend had gone, and it was what they could affect tonight, and one or two sort of didn't do as well as they could have done compared to the weekend.
Simon Grayson and Paul Connolly frustrated at Leeds United's exit in the Carling Cup. And as an LUTV subscriber, you can see extended highlights of the game later on this evening. Next up, let's bring you some more reaction. First thing this morning, I spoke to the Leeds United chairman, Ken Bates, and he was disappointed that Leeds conceded 2 bad goals.
Yeah, I think it was a disappointing evening because we played well again. Max Gradle came back and carried on where he left off. I mean, in scintillating form, not having heated discussions with the opposition and the referee. And so that was a plus, but 2 soft goals. Pity about that, because Leicester were there for the taking and we didn't take them. But there are lessons to be learned, and better that we learn them in a Carling Cup match than in a league match.
Chairman, David Solmer got a goal and carried on from where he left off against Saturday. Is he the find of the season so far?
Well, he's got to be, hasn't he? We're very pleased about his performance to date. I mean, we got him from nowhere 18 months ago. Nobody ever heard of him, including us. Comes in, serves his apprenticeship, goes out on loan to Lincoln, scores, 11, 12, 13 goals, comes back to us pre-season, and he's got 3 goals in 2 games. Very pleased for him, and very pleased for us. That's great.
Chairman, almost a good track record of finding strikers when you add Luciano Becchio and Mike Grella to the mix.
Yeah, and the whole thing, of course, you can never have too many good strikers. But of course, Peter Isdale overdid a bit when he brought 6 internationals, which probably meant the 4 of them weren't too happy about not being able to play. But no, we've got a good record there, and it's a compliment to our scouting system and a compliment to our coaches. But I'm delighted, most of all, for David.
Next up on We Are Leeds, and the latest transfer news on Ross McCormack. Now, we told you yesterday that a fee had been agreed between Leeds United and Cardiff City, but today both the Leeds United chairman Ken Bates and the boss Simon Grayson are disappointed that the story was leaked to the media by the player's agent.
Well, I'm rather annoyed that the agent told Sky of the fact that it had happened, because that's not how we do business at Leeds. It's not how I do business either. We do the business and then we announce it. Unlike some clubs, we don't announce we're going to do the business, and then sometimes, of course, it doesn't work for whatever good reason. I can only say that, yeah, we have agreed a fee with Cardiff City. We are meeting the agent later this week with a view to discussing terms and conditions. Now, I don't know whether the agent put it out as a way of putting pressure on us or put it into the public arena, but it's been made quite clear to the agent concerned that we are displeased, and that's not how we do business. If that's how he does business, then this will be probably the last transaction that will take place between him and the club.
Unfortunately, I like to keep my business close to my chest, and Cardiff did, but unfortunately it came out, and we'll see what happens. Still a long way from concluding a deal, because he's a good player, and other clubs might be aware of the situation now, but there's obviously a player that I've identified and felt that he would be a good acquisition to the club.
I was going to ask you that. Are there other clubs, sort of interested?
I don't know, to be fair, but obviously you do run that risk when other players come available and it gets announced. But the attraction that we've got is that we're a big football club, and a lot of players want to play for this football club. And if it is a choice, which it might not be, it might be down to sort of other reasons. Hopefully, we feel we've got a good opportunity of getting him.
Staying with transfer news, and the boss Simon Grayson has confirmed that a decision will be made on the future of Honduran trialist Ramon Nunes by the end of the week. The 24-year-old international is now in his third week of training with the Whites, and the versatile attacking midfielder joined on a trial basis at the start of August and made an impact, scoring in the friendly fixture against Bradford Park Avenue. And of course, as soon as any decision is made, we'll bring you all the details right here on We Are Leeds. And don't forget, the transfer window deadline is this coming Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Next up, last night at Ellen Road, Charlie from Wakefield was in the money. He took part in our new competition, You Bet, You Score, with sportingbet.com. At half-time, he could have won up to £2,500, but he did walk away with £100 when he managed to score on the full from the edge of the area.
OK, guy in the tracksuit's waving his programme in the air, white tracksuit, waving his programme. That guy, yes, you, sir. As long as you're over 18, yes, you. If you come down, that's great. £2,500 up for grabs. It's very easy. We start with 25 quid. If he can score from the penalty spot, then we'll bump it up to 50, and then you can move all the way back to £2,500. He's making his way down. We'll do it again for the Swansea game coming up on September the 11th. Check out the ticket details on leedsunited.com. Hello, mate. What's your name?
Charlie.
Charlie, where are you from?
Wakefield.
Charlie from Wakefield tonight could win £2,500. Now listen, you've got 25 quid. Do you want to gamble at 2 to 1 to win 50 that you can score without the ball bouncing? It's got to go in on the full. Can you do that? Yeah. He's going to gamble. He's going for 50 quid. He's checking his trainers. He's taking it seriously. Charlie from Wakefield, it's got to be on the full. It can't bounce. That's good. 50 quid. Let's check out the replay on the big screen. Charlie looking confident. Steps up. Lovely. Okay. Do you want to take your 25 quid and gamble for 100 or walk away with 50? He's going to gamble for 100. You've got to score on the full. It can't bounce. For 100 quid, Charlie from Wakefield steps up. Oh, it's easy. It's easy. It's on the big screen. Charlie at 4 to 1. 100 quid from Sporting Bet. Okay. Do you want to walk away with 100 quid, or do you want to go for 250? Should he take a gamble? He wants to walk away with 100. Should he gamble? He's not going to gamble. He's going to walk away with 100 quid from sportingbet.com on You Bet You Score. Charlie, go across and see Faye. Have your photo taken. Well done, mate. 4 to 1. Charlie from Wakefield wins himself 100 quid with sportingbet.com. And of course, we'll do it again. Let's have a look at its winning shot. 4 to 1 from the edge of the area to win 100. No danger. There we go.
And if you fancy getting your hands on £2,500 in cash, you could have a go at You Bet You Score at the next home game, which is the Championship fixture against Swansea on September the 11th. And of course, all the ticket details on the website, www.leedsunited.com, or you can call 0871 334 1992. Tomorrow night from 6 on We Are Leeds, James Stanley in the hot seat. He'll be up at Thorpe Arch with the boss, Simon Grayson, as he faces the media ahead of the trip to Vicarage Road. But for tonight, that is your lot on We Are Leeds. Thank you and good night.